Okay, I hosted last week, so there.
Okay. Unless you want to host, Cinda or Deborah. I don't care.
It doesn't matter. I just want everyone to know. Oh, I guess I'll do that. I'll check in if we go around and check in. I'll wait.
Okay. Okay, so let's, before we set space, how about we just check in and say where we're from and how many people we're bringing in, the attribute we're bringing in, and what's going on, right? So I guess I'll start. I'm from Northeast PA. Lots of little things going on, big things, little things. My ex-husband's in heart failure presently, so hopefully he'll rebound. So we'll keep him in. But anyway, I'm putting in 15 people, 3 situations, and the quality of determination. And I tag Angelique.
Okay. Thank you, Audrey. Hello, sisters from the other side of the world. Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, you're not around the corner. I wish you were, but you're not. But yeah, what's going on? There's a lot going on, really. Just before I opened my program to connect with you, I got an email from somebody whom I didn't see for a long time. And I just wrote her today, how are you? And she said, not well. I have an acute leukemia. Yeah, leukemia. And that's one of my friends. And it's the 4th this week who says she is a really bad condition. And it's all girlfriends of mine, my age. And, you know, there's one beautiful girlfriend of mine, sister friend, who lives in Boise, Idaho. And she is being on surgery this week because she has a tumor which collapsed and it spread through her whole body. So these are really things that I want to put in the center of the circle because she definitely needs healing and light. She's going to surgery tomorrow to do her surgeon, and then she will hear when she will be in surgery. And then another 2 friends of mine who has breast cancer, and I don't know, it's everybody around me. I mean, so many women, and we all need to support them. That's what I feel, really support them. I have a little altar in my bedroom, and there's many candles now burning for everyone. And I keep them burning day and night because many of you are in different time zones. So I never know when it's day and when it's night. So I leave them burning. And yeah, that's actually the only thing what I can properly do, you know, like doing something to support somebody, because I know it's not a good idea to call them every day and say, how are you now? And how are you now? Because they really want to go on with their lives as far as that's possible. But anyway, I put it in the circle. I also put it in my clan mother circle, and to pray, just to pray for people who need this and who definitely, need also the knowledge of having sisters, you know, being connected with each other worldwide. So that's really what I love to bring in. And so that's the item. The word for that is connection. Connection in the female line. Yeah, that's it. And go for 12 people, and 5 situations. Yep. 12 people and 5 situations. And I go to Sue because we didn't see her yet, and now we see her. Yeah.
Thank you, Angelique. I have spent all this time trying to get in. I could not get in. So I'm on my phone, which means I can't see everybody. And it means I'm not centered, I'm scattered. That was too frustrating. I'm bringing 20 people in. And one world situation and centering in my power, centering in the quantum field. And I'm bringing in the connection to all of us, a heart connection to all of us. And I can't see everybody, so I'm turning it back to whoever is leading this. Thank you.
Arlie, do you want to go next?
Hi, I'm Arlie. I'm in New Zealand. I want to bring in 18 people. I want to bring in 3 situations. I want to bring in my old sick cat and tell everyone that the vet is absolutely amazed at how well that cat is doing. And he has a chronic condition. And the cat says, and it's a condition that doesn't get better, it just gets worse. And the vet says to keep lowering his medication because he's doing so well. He seems to be getting better. So thank you, Sisters of the Circle. Yeah, I have 2 things going on with 2 daughters. The joyful news is I am a double grandmother now. My middle daughter had her son yesterday. And my eldest daughter is experiencing health issues over there in Maryland, where of course I can't visit her. If I leave New Zealand, I have to go through managed isolation for 2 weeks and there's just no beds available. I could be stuck outside the country for up to 6 months unless things radically change. So can't go see her. So yeah, that's what's happening with me, bringing in the 3 situations with the 2 daughters and the war. My words, grounding and stability. And I'd like to throw in my support for the word connection too. And I'll choose Cinda.
Thank you. So let me see what I want to start with. I'd like to bring in 125 people, 1 major event. And the word I'd like to bring in is celebration. So my son is getting married in Italy next week, and we are leaving in just a couple days. So I'll be offline for maybe 3 weeks. So I wanted to come on today and tell you all that. And it's just, so much to celebrate, Arlie, with having a new baby, and then the heartbreak of not being able to be there to support your other daughter. How tough. Angelique, I had friends who were really sick, and you're right, they don't want you checking in, but they also want people to, they want to know that people are thinking about them. And so if it's at all possible, you could send them a daily prayer, or every other day a daily prayer that requires no response from them, but just something that you excel at, which would actually be quite healing for them and be such a gift for them. So just a daily prayer, not without any questions, right? Just you know, and then Sue, if you swipe your phone, you should be able to see all of us. You can swipe and it'll Did it work? Yeah, okay. And then, and Deborah, I cannot wait for your check-in. So I will pass it to you.
I realize I've been unmuted this whole time, sorry. I'm on my iPad and I don't usually use it for this, so I'm not used to this. So I'm happy to be here. I was gonna check in on Monday after I'd had my surgery 2 weeks ago, because I was filled with happy juice drugs. But then at 5 o'clock, they all started coming in and bringing dinner and poking and prodding, and so it just didn't work. But I was feeling really good then, so. But I'm doing great. Every day's better. It's low key. We have gravel in the driveway, so I can't walk down to the road and go for a long walk. I have to walk around the house. But today our daughter came down, or Terry's daughter, and she took me for a ride in her car to go around and deliver some notes that I'd written, thank you notes to people for things and stuff around the neighborhood. So that was fun to get out. And I'll share in North Carolina where I am, if you can see this, because I can do this with my iPad. Let's see if you can see anything. Let me know if you can see the lake.
No, it's just the top of the.
We just see the ceiling. Tip it down a little bit more. Oh, pretty.
Oh.
Christmas
And I
tree.
love the shape of your room too.
Yeah, so hang on. Then I guess the room behind me, somewhere there. Anyway,
Yep.
so we're on a lake that now has water in it again, so we're happy. They took it down to fix the dam this winter. So I want to bring in 12 people, 5 situations, and 1+ world situation. What's been happening for me with the Ukraine-Russia stuff is China's part in it. China has always wanted, especially with global climate change and melting of the Arctic oceans, they've wanted sea access across Russia and Norway and all that area for fast access across the top of the world. And they've been trying to get that. And they also want more land and resources to feed all their people. And that includes Russia. As climate change comes, they'll be growing more wheat and stuff up there, and Ukraine. So evidently Saturday, China delivered 6 planes worth of anti-missiles and missile things to Serbia in Belgrade. And they've been supplying money to Russia because of all the sanctions. And Putin doesn't know it, but he's being taken over by China. China's going to end up owning Russia because of what they're doing.
Mhm. Oh, we're frozen.
Give her a minute. Love this internet these days. It seems to freeze a lot.
So it's just ramping up. And partnering to get Russian resources and taking over. So that's part of my one thing. I mean, so that's what I'm so being very optimistic and looking at possibilities. One of it is, since every step I take doesn't grind and hurt now, the incision hurts, but it's not that same just bone weary, thing. So it's like, oh, the world's open up again for me to explore and see. So it's also possibilities. That's what I'm bringing in. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so let's center. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Take it down to your hips. Hold it, exhaling out. Another one. As we set sacred space, we call in our teams of highest light and resonance, our divine soul star families, all of our causal teams, our evolutionary blueprint teams, our plan teams. We call in the ancient ones as we know that we are safely held, loved, and healed in a quadruple cocoon of Guardian Circle Protocol, hazmat absorption, Hitchhiker's Shield, and Red Rock Vortex. We are putting 202 people into the circle today, 16 situations, including world situations, an old sick cat, one main event. Qualities that we bring in today are determination, connection, deep connection with each other, with the female lines, centering in the quantum field and heart connection in all of us, grounding, stability, and deeper connection, celebration, and possibilities. We know that our teams and all the teams with us today and beyond that we aren't aware of will hold these situations and people and keep them in the healing or whatever is needed permanently until it is complete. And as this space is set, we will journey, deepening the connection with Gaia, deepening the connection with Gaia, deepening the connection with our teams, deepening the connection with feminine lines, known and unknown. As we journey, we'll call you back in 10 minutes. We'll give it a minute or two. And we'll just go around, whoever would like to start. We'll go around popcorn style.
I'll start. First off, I heard the words guardianship circle, and then I was shown all these different guardianship circles. One's around the earth, one's around smaller areas, one's around people. And while I was watching these, the Russia-China thing came into my head, but I think that was just some kind of, it was an intrusion. You know, it wasn't, I don't think that it was part of the actual journey. I think that was me being fuzzy-headed. But then I saw my two daughters. Those of you who came late, I should say that my one daughter had an emergency C-section. My grandson is in the high dependency unit. And my other daughter has been in the healthcare system, hospitalized for 2 weeks, and then in rehab for 2.5 weeks, and never bothered to get around to telling us. Not that there's anything that we could have done, and she's expected to be in rehab, I think for several more weeks, because she has Guillain-Barré. I don't know if any of you know that, but it's a progressive paralyzing disease that comes on and then it usually leaves. So she didn't bother to tell us that she's seriously ill. So then I saw strands of light connecting these two cases, my daughter here, my daughter there. And I saw giant knitting needles knitting a piece of cloth, which I took to mean that these two things are joined, they're woven together, and then the needles tip toward myself. Like I have a hand in this. And I don't know if I have a hand in guardianship circling and making it better, or if I've had a hand in creating these two disparate situations, or a hand in knitting them together. So today was a really highly personal journey. And that was it. So next.
I had a dream last night that I met my future grandchildren, and they came up to me, and I heard a little patter patter down the floor, and I felt I was in my bed, and I felt hot breath in my ear, and I heard, "Gammy, Gammy, it's time to get up. It's time to get up. Poppy's making pancakes. Poppy's making pancakes." And then, so Scott, my husband, took the blankets off me and put the baby on top. He was probably like 2 or 3 years old. And he says, "Time to wake up. Are you all here? Let's kiss your eyes and wake them up. Kiss, kiss, kiss your nose and wake it up. Kiss your lips, kiss your neck, kiss your shoulders. Are your fingers all here, Gammy? Kiss, kiss, kiss." Anyway, so in my dream, this little child just did, and all the way down to my toes, and then said, "Yay, you're all here. You're all here. It's time to wake you up. Time to come down for pancakes." Anyway. So it was so sweet. So I go downstairs in my dream, and Scott has put this toddler on the counter to watch it make pancakes. And next to him is another smaller child, younger child with wildly curly hair. I can't tell if it's a boy or a girl. I can't tell if I don't know if they're siblings or cousins. But at any rate, before my boys were born, I had a dream and I met them. They were at the beach, and I always knew I would have 2 boys because of that. anyway, so in meditation, I just, you know, swam in that energy some more of grandchildren. I think, Arlie, your story brought that up for me, you know, just the future grandchildren, what it would be like for me to be a grandmother. And I just swam in that beautiful energy. It was also deeply personal. I mean, I don't have much to say other than that, but it was wonderful. Thank you. I'm complete.
Mine was really quick. Very concerned with the way the United States is heading. And what I did was I went in and asked the ancient ones if they have a plan, and to please exercise their plan, put it into play. Do you have a plan for the safety for the Ukrainians? Do you have a, so then it was like, oh, this is getting too complicated for me. So ancient ones, do you have a plan for humanity that is for the highest good of all? And the feeling was, yeah, yeah. It was like, please take over. Just please take over. I am one human being, and it's overwhelming. I am here to do my best. I don't know what that is. I'm just here to do my best. I cannot save the world, but you can. And that just felt like such a relief. And Arlie, I will put some hold space for your family. I just can't imagine not being told that my daughter was seriously ill and not sharing that. It would just be very hard. So holding
Her
space.
roommates didn't tell us. Thank you. But her roommates didn't tell us either.
Nobody did. That's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. So, yes. And I'm thrilled with the grandchildren coming to Pappy and to Gammy. I think that's just hysterical. Awesome, wonderful, touching, uplifting, heart fulfilling. I love it. And I'm complete.
Arlie, I keep seeing you knitting your daughters and your grandson whole. You know, like it's the knitting needles are in your hand and you're creating this beautiful, whatever it is. Sweater, you know, whatever, you know, and I just see it's knitting them back to whole, knitting them into wholeness, or you know, something like that. And I didn't hear the first part. I just heard that you are a new grandma, so I was like, oh yay! And I hadn't heard that there had been complications, but they're good up there in Maryland. I'll be working on them. And both daughters and does the grandbaby have a name?
No, they haven't named the grandbaby yet. And that daughter is here in New Zealand, and my oldest daughter is over in Maryland. The one who's in rehab.
Yeah, but the Maryland grandbaby doesn't have a name yet. Okay.
No grandbaby in Maryland. That's I only have one daughter who has kids, and she's here in New Zealand, and she has both
Okay.
kids, Ezra and the new baby with no name.
Okay. Got it.
He wasn't due for 2 weeks, so they hadn't settled on a
They
name.
have their own timing. They know when the stars are aligned for them.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. So
Thank you.
I'm so excited with all the grandbabies. That's very cool. so Jesus came and we were standing like on the top of this mountain, and you look down and you just see the clouds and then like this beautiful light, like sunrise or sunset or whatever, but you can't see the land under it. And Jesus said, it's a new world. What do you want? And I'm like, oh. And what came to mind was, I want everyone to act from their heart and really be in their hearts and act from there. And I'm like, we're getting new evolutionary blueprint downloads. And I know we've been doing it for us and our families. And on Sunday, the Ancient One said they're going to be adding more to the Deep Six protocols and stuff. And I'm like, well, can that mean that when you say Deep Six, that everyone has their evolutionary blueprint download activated and you're realigned and you're not thinking from your lower parts or anything, you're rewired back to your heart in the right way? Because I haven't been clear that everybody is getting the download yet. So I'm wondering if that's what Sharon meant, or the Ancient Ones meant on Sunday when they said they're adding more stuff to like Deep Six and the protocols. So I'm like, if it's not true that everyone's blueprint has been downloaded, can we get it downloaded to every human on this planet and start them connecting to their heart more? Because that will change their decisions, hopefully, as all of the parasitics go back to their home planet instead of thinking with your genitals or your brain or whatever. So that was what I asked for, because it was just like the clouds underneath the world. It's like the pictures you see from the Himalayas and the clouds, and you know there's earth below there, but you can just see the cloud things. And so it was like, yeah, it was like, what's going to stop the bombs and all this stuff and bring us a peaceful world? And it's like, it's going to be a change of heart. So that's what I do. Audrey?
So I got the song, He's Got the Whole World in His Hand. And I'm like, but wait, no. She's got the whole world in her hands. And it went through the whole song. She's got the mamas and the babies in her hand. She's got the whole thing. It was like just, she's got the whole world in her hands. So it was like, okay. And I just saw just envelopment of just this beautiful love just on the planet, coming up from Gaia, coming down from like just the all encompassing female love. And then I went to the towers, which came up in with the Ancient Ones, and it's like, okay, let's fix all these towers. Let's fix all the women's towers. All the women and all the people in female bodysuits, let's fix their towers. Let's make them stronger. Any repairs that need to be done, let's do that. If they need to be taller, if they need to be sturdier, fix all of them. So it went out to all the women. And then I was, and then there was a strengthening of the connection here. Not only us, but every one of us in the Sacred Ground Circle, that the web that connects us was strengthened, illuminated, and the connections to grow and stabilize all of us. And not only that, it was almost like we were above the earth, creating our own grid or anchor points into Gaia, but into the feminine divine too. And we were just these illuminated beings here and there and everywhere. And there was other people that were coming, and we're all connected. But Sacred Ground community was the anchor point for this whole big grid. And it was just this brilliant light. It was just across the planet. And it was just the web just deepening and clearing and freeing us. So it was beautiful. And I'm complete. Angelique?
Thank you. I'd like to show you something. This stone has a heart. See? It's a little figure with a heart, and I love it so much. You can wear it around your neck. So even this stone is talking from its heart. And which is so amazing, just like Audrey and like Deborah, my journey is, well, not the same, but it's so familiar. It's so much alike. So I shall share it with you. I was first standing, grounding into Gaia, and I hear this. The feminine, the sacred feminine calls us to make a stand, to connect with the angels and archangels. Gaia is opening new ways. She opens her womb, and women, they're coming out like a ribbon after each other. And I see a kind of colored lava streaming outside of her with every heartbeat. And it looks like blue, pink, yellow, and green lava. And we are making all together, all these women are making a line, and from that line, they make a circle, and they stand and hold hands / hold hearts, connecting in sisterhood. Thousands of small circles connected make big ones all over the globe. And I see one finally huge circle of women and ancestors behind. This sisterhood is being healed by the colored lava stream. The energy around this circle is strong, and all what we do and what we don't need goes out in a sort of dust-like substance. And nothing can come in what we do not want and what we don't allow energetically, physically, or otherwise. We are one big council. That's it. So the web and what Jesus shared, the new world, I mean, it's all there. We are connecting, ladies, in spirit.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Arlie, I'm not far from Maryland if you want me to go and visit your daughter. I can. I'm like 3-4 hours from Maryland if you want me to go and check on
My
her.
God, you are so incredibly sweet. Yeah, she has some serious mental illnesses, and I have no idea. But my heart is just so swollen by your offer. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Yeah.
she'll be yeah, they're both in my thoughts and the baby, but yeah, if you change your mind, yeah.
Thank you. We don't even know where she is. She didn't even tell us which hospital, which facility. She hasn't answered any of our emails that we've written to her since. She doesn't pick up her phone. It's like, it's really difficult having a mentally ill kid. It's just so.
What town does she live in?
Hang on a minute. I do know the name of the town. Columbia.
She's just north of DC and south of Annapolis.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not that far. Yeah.
I can't go that far yet. I can't, because every hour you travel, you have to stop, and it's right now I can't do that. But
And my sister lives
Later.
in Maryland too, so yeah.
My God, thank you guys.
So,
but I have friends up there and family, so if you need something, we can probably get it done.
yeah.
because I have two brothers who live in Virginia, just the other side of the DC line, and a good friend who lives in Rockville, Maryland. So
Mhm.
if we need to get something done, we can.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ah. All right, ladies, we'll close the circle, knowing that we are each fully supported by the ancient ones, by our teams, by each other. Circle is ended, is complete. Love to each of you.
Good to
Thank
see
you, everyone.
everybody.
Thank you,
Thank
Audrey,
you.
for
Thank you,
us.
Audrey.
Oh,
Cinda,
Thank you, everyone.
bring back a picture of you in your mother the bride dress to show us.
Okay, I will.
yes.
Definitely.
I will. Thank you.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.